In ancient Greek, the word character, it comes from the word kairos, which means to engrave deeply. It's a deep engraving. So character is something deeply, deeply engraved in you, and you cannot really change it. Where does it come from? It comes from your DNA, your genetics. Certain qualities were inherent in you. You can't really control them. Some people are born more aggressive, more greedy, more envious than other babies. That's in their DNA. It comes from your earliest years, those when you're 1 and 2 years old, that you have no conscious access to. When you are so susceptible and so vulnerable and so open to your mother, mostly to your mother, if you had a primary caregiver as your mother, that she entered you and you became her. She entered your soul. She introjected herself into you forever. Her spirit is in you. You can't change that. You can't control that. The Father as well. As you get older, your siblings become a part of you, and then your friends and your teachers. So you have this core that comes from your genetics and from your earliest years, and they form who you are. And it manifests itself, as I said, in patterns of behavior that are compulsive, that you cannot change. And we see that all the time with people who continually make bad choices in their life. They're always blaming other people, but something is going on inside them. It manifests itself in your attitude towards life. I have another chapter on that, but some people look at life through a hostile lens. Everybody's against me, everybody hates me. Some people have an anxious attitude. They're always worried about everything that happens. Some people have an avoidant attitude. They don't want to do anything or try anything because it means they might fail. This is part of your character. It's deeply engraved in you. And so in my chapter, I'm trying to show you what is your character so you can begin to open up and understand it. You can't begin to change your own compulsive patterns of behavior. And believe me, everybody does. So stop feeling like you're superior to this. You're not. Including me. Everybody has patterns that have repeated themselves endlessly. You'll see it most definitely in romantic attachments, where people always seem to choose the same kind of partner, for better or for good. I want you to be aware of it. I want you to stop fooling yourself. Stop imagining that somehow you're the only human that's autonomous, that has freed himself or herself from these patterns. I want you to see it deeply so that you could begin to have control over it if there are elements that you need control over. And I want you to be a great observer of the character of other people. And you're not. You're a terrible observer of character. You'll tend to look at people and see their smiling faces, their appearances, the clothes they wear, whether they like you on Facebook or whatever. And you're just paying attention to what they present to you. And you're not looking at the other stuff deep down inside that's much deeper, darker, and more real than what they're presenting. And because you don't see the character of people, you make really bad choices in life. You choose somebody who seems likable and friendly and affable, but who really is like a deep toxic narcissist. So I want to train you to stop looking at people's appearances and go inside their core. If you want to call it the 5 personalities of bullshit or whatever, go ahead. I don't care. It's just a language game. People have a core, and it doesn't change. We always like to have the Hollywood ideal that, people grow and then they change. No, the reality is we often don't grow. We often just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. So the degree that you can change some aspects of your life is actually can be the difference between success or failure, or happiness and disappointment.